So good afternoon. It's about 12:30, 12:45 here on Saturday, 5th of November. Temperature is in the low 60s. Expecting temps in general to go down by about 10 degrees over the course of the next week. So we'll be in the mid 50s for daytime highs and then the mid 40s for overnight lows. So I picked today to light fires to start the central boiler Classic Edge 750 outdoor wood boiler for the season. So hope to give you a walk around of the boiler, a little bit on its operation, and then go through the multi-step process of getting it started from cold to providing heat for the house. Thank you for watching. Okay, so just by way of an intro to what comes with the boiler, should you purchase one. A few things were in it, in the firebox when I received it, packaged up. So this one is basically a clean out tool. It's got a little edge down here you can use for getting kind of harder form deposits off the inside of the firebox. That's also for operating a kind of chain-like mechanism that you can move back and forth, front to back of the furnace to clean out soot and ash buildup. I love this one. This is basically your Mark I Mod 0 crowbar for demolition that you can get at Menards or Home Depot or Lowe's or your local hardware store. And Central Boiler sees fit to call this the Wonder Bar, which is also used for taking kind of harder deposits off the inside of the firebox and the frame around the door. Then there is a hoe. So this is for pulling the ash out of the firebox and out of the so-called reaction chamber. It's got a long handle here in two pieces. Also in the firebox was this grounding rod. Now, fortunately, or perhaps needlessly, my installers brought their own copper grounding rod, so we didn't use the one that came with the machine. A bottle of what they call ash troll, which basically is supposed to reduce the acidity or any acid type buildups in the firebox, which might do damage to the metals in the firebox. I foresee using this maybe in the last burn, or maybe a couple times a year, but certainly not on a routine basis. They give you a cover, stainless steel, to cover the stack, which is the top of the stack's at least 12 feet off the ground. So from what I've been able to ascertain, nobody actually uses this cover. What people do use is 5-gallon bucket. So I pushed this up to the top with a spare piece of trim that I had laying around, and then dropped it down onto the chimney, and I took it off earlier today. So these things, except for the 5-gallon bucket, are what actually come packaged with the outdoor wood boiler. This is the control. We'll get into this more later as we start up the boiler. And then under this cover here is the pump that moves water to the house to basically a water-air heat exchanger. This pump is moving the water that actually heats your forced air up, in our case. A couple of PEX lines here, supply and return through the house. And there are two outlets in here for the pumps. So when you start it up, it calls for not having this pump running, which is to say it's unplugged, until the roughly 300 gallons of water that are in the system is brought up to 150 degrees. So once we light fires, get the water in this up to 150 degrees, Then we'll plug in the pump, which will start moving water to the house, heating the house, and thereby providing a heat load for the outdoor wood boiler to satisfy. And then this handle operates what's called a bypass. So when this thing is in operation, pressure will build up inside the firebox. There's blowers providing air to make the fire burn hot. So before you open the door to the firebox to add wood, you open this bypass, which relieves the pressure inside the firebox before, about 20 to 30 seconds before opening the door to the firebox. This bypass will also be open during startup. And then finally, we have the door to the firebox. And below is the reaction chamber. This is where I would call it the wood gasification burn is happening, is down in this lower gasification chamber. It's one of the things that makes this boiler a lot more efficient than even its predecessors from central boiler. There is a light up here. This is operated by a switch on the right side of the control panel here. There's also a photo sensor, so you can put this on auto. In that case, the light will come on when it gets dark out, and the light will go off when the sun comes up. It's handy enough that I think I'll just use it as an on-off switch when I come out at night to load wood in the boiler. Okay, so that's a brief walk around, and now we'll get to the process of starting up the boiler.